While it is true that wearing a seatbelt can save your life, it should be the driver's right to choose whether or not they do so. According to MIT journals, wearing a seatbelt can reduce the risk of crash injuries by 50%. From 2004 to 2008, it is figured that seatbelts saved more than 75,000 lives in car accidents. 42% of passenger car crash deaths could be prevented by wearing a seatbelt statistically. And ejection from a vehicle in a crash is what can injure a person the most. Seatbelts prevent that from happening, and that's why we have those seatbelt laws. But again, wearing a seatbelt should be the driver's choice. Personally, I always wear my seatbelt when I'm driving, or at least most of the time I do. Sometimes I'll forget. And if I am driving with a child in the car, I always make sure that they are buckled safely in their seats and a passenger or in a car seat if necessary. But as a legal adult that has the right to drive and make my own decisions, it is my right to decide whether or not I should be wearing a seatbelt for myself. Laws are put in place to protect people protect individuals from being hurt by others. So wearing a seatbelt, the child seatbelt safety laws should be in place, but an adult has the right to choose for themselves to wear a seatbelt. And honestly, that's not the right use of making a law. Most of the time, the seatbelt laws are just used as an excuse to pull over vehicles that look suspicious, but officers wouldn't be able to pull them over otherwise. So they use the seatbelt law as ways to search their vehicles. And the current laws in Kansas is that an officer can pull over a car that looks like someone is not wearing a seatbelt, and if they can prove that someone in the vehicle is not wearing a seatbelt, they can fine you for up to $500, and that's according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So anyway, I promote wearing a seatbelt just because I feel like it is in your best interest to wear a seatbelt for your safety, but it should be the driver's right to ultimately choose whether or not they do so.